ជាបឋមខ្ញុំបាទសូមលំអរកាយគ្រប់នឹងជំរាបសួរពុកម៉ែបងប្អូននិងមិត្តភ័ក្តិអរគ្នាដូចសពម្ដងសូមស្វាគមន៍សាច់ថ្មីមកកាន់ Channel បាទខាត Technology ដែលជា Channel ចែកម្លែកនៅព័ត៌មានរថយន្តថ្មីៗជូនលោកអ្នករាល់ថ្ងៃខ្ញុំបាទក៏សូមគោរពនឹងថ្លែងអំណរគុណយ៉ាងជ្រាលជ្រៅចំពោះពុកម៉ែបងប្អូននិងមិត្តភ័ក្តិអរគ្នាដែលបានគាំទ្រនៅ Channel របស់ខ្ញុំផងដែរនៅថ្ងៃនេះផងដែរគឺខ្ញុំនឹងចែកម្លែកអំពីព័ត៌មានទាក់ទងទៅនឹងរថយន្ត Lexus IS 500ឆ្នាំ2022បំពាក់ម៉ាស៊ីន8ស៊ីឡាំងចេញតម្លៃផ្លូវការគឺចាប់ពីជាង$50,000ដូច្នេះមានតែប្រិយមិត្តទូទាំងជននិងមិត្តភ័ក្តិអរគ្នារីករាយស្ដាប់ទស្សនាកម្សាន្តជាមួយខ្ញុំបាទទាំងអស់គ្នានៅពេលនេះកាលពីខែកុម្ភៈកន្លងទៅរថយន្ត Lexus បានធ្វើការបញ្ចេញរថយន្ត Lexus IS 500 F Sport Perfomance ឆ្នាំ2022ជាផ្លូវការសម្រាប់ទីផ្សារសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកខណៈពេលនេះក្រុមហ៊ុន Lexus ក៏បានប្រកាសចេញនៅតម្លៃនៃរថយន្តនេះជាផ្លូវការផងដែរបាទរថយន្ត Lexus IS 500 F Sport Perfomance ឆ្នាំ2022ត្រូវបាននាំយកមកវិញនៅម៉ាស៊ីន8ស៊ីឡាំងដែលអតិថិជនរបស់ខ្លួនបានស្នើសុំដោយបំពាក់ជាមួយនឹងម៉ាស៊ីនចំណុះ 5.0L ផលិតកម្លាំងបានគឺ472សេសដំណើរការដោយប្រអប់លេខ8វគ្គអូតូមានសមត្ថភាពអាចស្ទុះពី0ដល់96គីឡូម៉ែត្រក្នុង1ម៉ោងបានដោយប្រើពេលត្រឹមតែ 4.5 វិនាទីនិងមានកម្រិតស៊ីសាំងគឺ 9.8 លីត្រពេលបើកបរ100គីឡូម៉ែត្រលើផ្លូវលាតក្រៅក្រុងបាទសម្រាប់ប្រភេទ IS 500 S Sport Perfomance មានតម្លៃចាប់ពី$57,575 រីឯប្រភេទ Base Model IS 500 Permium បាទគឺមានតម្លៃចាប់ពី$61,000 និង IS 500 Line Edition មានតម្លៃចាប់ពី$67,400 បាទរថយន្តនេះមានមកស្តង់ដារនៅកញ្ចប់ Dynamic បាទ Hailing Package ដែលក្នុងនោះមានប្រព័ន្ធបូមដែលអាចបត់បែនបានតាមសភាពការនិងមុខងារមួយចំនួនទៀតដែលជំនួយដល់ការបើកបរកាន់តែប្រសើរបន្ថែមពីនេះវាក៏មាននៅកញ្ចប់ Lexus Safety System បូក 2.5 ផងដែរបន្ថែមពីអ្វីដែលមានលើពីនេះទៀតនោះ IS 500 S Sport Perfomance នេះមានទម្ងន់ធ្ងន់ជាង IS 350 S Sport Perfomance តែប្រមាណជា65គីឡូក្រាមប៉ុណ្ណោះដោយទម្ងន់សរុបរបស់វាគឺ1765គីឡូក្រាមសួស្តីពុកម៉ែបងប្អូននិងមិត្តភ័ក្តិអរគ្នានេះគឺជាព័ត៌មានទាក់ទងទៅនឹង Lexus IS 500ឆ្នាំ2022អ្នកនរគ្នាបានដឹងអំពីតម្លៃរបស់វារួចមកហើយគឺជាតម្លៃនៅសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកដែលរថយន្តនេះគឺមាន3 option សម្រាប់ឲ្យលោកអ្នកជ្រើសរើសផងដែរគឺបាទប្រភេទLexus IS 500 Sport Perfomance Base Model IS 500 Premium និង IS 500 Line Edition បាទជាអ្នកនរគ្នាអាចជ្រើសរើសបានទៅតាមអ្វីដែលអ្នកនរគ្នាចង់បានបាទហើយតម្លៃថ្លៃជាងគេគឺប្រភេទ IS 500 Line Edition បាទចុងក្រោយគឺរីកសពម្ដងគឺជូនពរពុកម៉ែបងប្អូននិងមិត្តភ័ក្តិអរគ្នាជួបប្រទេសតែសំណាងល្អមានសេចក្តីសុខក្តីចម្រើនរកទទួលទានបាននិងមានសុខសុវត្ថិភាពអរគ្នាកុំភ្លេចចូលរួមគ្រប់ច្បាប់ចរាចរណ៍ផ្លូវគោកទាំងអស់គ្នាផងដែរបាទហើយបើកបរត្រូវចេះយោគយល់និងអធិស្ឋានគ្នាទៅវិញទៅមកបាទកុំយកចាស់យកចាញ់ហើយបើស្វឹងកុំបើកបរបើកបរកុំវិសាគ្រឿងស្វឹងបាទសូមអរគុណសូមជម្រាបជួបគ្នានៅឱកាសក្រោយទៀត
The hype and anticipation surrounding the 2022 Lexus IS 500 F Sport, which began circulating early in the year, certainly hasn't fallen off. With enthusiasts online clamoring for a price tag to figure out just where this new model fits in the Lexus lineup. Speculation and silly rumors abound, but for those who played the guessing game, for the most part, you weren't too far off the mark. If you've been paying attention, you're already aware of what the IS 500 F Sport brings to the table in terms of motivation. Under that sculpted hood which carries a bulge in the center that adds about 2 inches is where you'll find the naturally aspirated 5.0L V8 complete with a quartet of camshafts, 32 valves and dual continuously variable valve timing, VVTI. That mouthful equates to 472 horsepower and 395 pound-feet of torque. The thought of V8 grunt might seem universal to some, but the technology packed into Lexus version is a completely different animal compared to your uncle's Mustang. In this instance, peak horsepower is realized at a lofty 7,100 revolutions per minute, and the sprint to get there is as progressive as it is confident, never feeling sloppy or flat. At full song, the quad exhaust system delivers a vicious note without ever sounding obnoxious or strained, and from an enthusiast perspective, changing out the exhaust system, something most would think to do when personalizing their car, would be criminal. Power is transferred to the rear wheels through an 8-speed automatic transmission at wide-open throttle and in Sport S Plus mode. The gearing is well suited for the power output, and shifts are pronounced and crisp. Though it's tough to leave all of the action in the hands of the car's EQ, and commandeering the paddle shifters as a much better way to enjoy a spirited sprint. More than just a big engine in a sexy sedan. The heart of this car marks a significant turning point in a portion of the industry that is banking on EV applications or much smaller engines equipped with ultra-efficient turbochargers moving forward. The writing has been on the wall for quite some time, and there is a real possibility that this serves as the final sporty compact sedan to be V8 driven. The car's aesthetic doesn't stray far from the IS 350. Which is a positive, though fender badging, the aforementioned V8 hood bulge, and signature exhaust finishers will clue you into the which is which. In terms of the war of the bumper grills being waged by the majority of automakers, that has resulted in far less bumper and much more spindle and honeycomb being used. Lexus was an early adopter to the oversized look. As such, they've done a much better job of shaping and refining the look over time, and this application incorporates just 2 faux sections on either side of the bumper. Though a vertical slat that sits on the very edge is in fact a pass-through. Just above that you'll find triple beam headlights with Lexus daytime running check marks slashing through the headlight centers. Rolling stock on this model is delivered in the form of 19 NK alloys, and it's almost odd to see a manufacturer not opting for black wheels, as has been the rage in recently. Also noteworthy is a lack of chrome, used throughout the design. Only really incorporated into small golf clubs on either side mirror and the front and rear badging. The window trim and taillight surround are black and won't haunt this design in 10 years. The feel from the driver's seat is tight and purposeful, as the IS 500 F Sport ignores its sedan designation, which often leans toward a roomy cabin that caters to everyone aboard, and instead focuses on the driver placed in a position to take advantage of the car's attributes. Controls are close and easily identified, seat supportive without becoming a nuisance. And even the surfaces feel a bit more upscale, with soft touches applied to areas like the center console surround. Rear seating is ample and 6ft. The frame will have no issues riding in the back seat. The drive mode selection knob is positioned just to the right of the gear selector and is hefty, offering feedback during use, with a traction control switch just below. Not far behind is a trackpad to make moves on the industry standard dash-top monitor, and this performance model included a 17-speaker Mark Levinson 7.1-channel audio system that packs an 1,800-watt punch. Curiously, no wireless charging up front and no sign of rear connectivity for passengers.